Bwana asifiwe. Nipungie mkono. Bwana asifiwe. Thank you very much, the committee that has organized this. It is a very successful event where you can come and discuss. And when I look at what we are having here in Seattle, I think it is what should always happen. When His Excellency, the People's Deputy President, speaks about listening to the ground, he does not mean listening to the soil. What he means, he wants to hear the voice of the people. And the voice of the people is the voice of God, because people represent the omnipresence of God. And when people are heard, then you can be able to formulate good registration and laws that are able to govern them the way they want. Even God himself invites us to the place of coming and discussing. He wants to hear you. God can do all things and knows all things and does not need us. But in the Holy Book, he tells us, come, let us reason together. He can do all those things without consulting you. He says even before you say anything, he already knows what you want. But he has asked you, ask me. And I think that is where now the things went wrong. When we are not meeting, when we are not discussing, when people are intimidated to fear that you cannot be able to speak, when the church cannot be able to stand by the truth, when the church stands there and watches as children are being abducted, they are neutral because they do not want to offend somebody. When we sit there and see our children dying, men and women, families crying day and night, we see our children depressed, killing themselves, committing suicide. You go to the health system, it's not working. You go to education, it's not working. And we want to be silent and to say that we are okay. And even if we were to live and live very long in such a situation, I think it will be the wrong way to live. And that's why everyone must stand up, because the country is ours. God created us to be able to live in a country that is peaceful, where people can discuss with one another, where people have health systems and structures that are working, where people have shelter, people are fed, where our children are not killed every day. And I think it is us to say how we need to be governed. When we went to the elections of 2022, we worked very hard. It was the first time I think the church was involved. And what we wanted is the church to sit on the decision-making tables where we could make a difference as a people. Because the Christians or the religious people, they don't go to heaven and come down in the morning. We walk on those roads. We are the ones who, we need that clean water. We need all these things. And therefore, sitting down and also being the compass and the conscience of the society, where we can say killing is wrong, murder is not allowed. When we can sit on those decision-making tables and tell people when it is going south, we tell them the Bible says. And I think many of the people who are there, they are blaming us for having spoken concerning our president who is there today. But I can tell you, when I preach to you, because now I'm a preacher, and you get saved, I do not come to follow to see how you end with God. Your decisions can either make you backslide and you will receive a punishment from God. It is not for the preacher to come and make you holy. It is you to maintain the testimony that you have been given. It goes the same even for the presidents that we choose and elect all over the world. They are supposed to serve the people. And if they don't serve the people, then the people will speak against that. And I think it is a decision that every one of us makes that makes a difference. And therefore, you made a conscious decision yourselves to invite my husband to come here and be able to speak with you and reason with you and hear you what you are saying in the United States. And I believe that all of us, why we are here and in large numbers, is because we are concerned and we are patriotic about our nation. And we would like to see a change. And that is why our president must listen. He must have an ear that will listen and make sure that he's doing the right thing. There is no problem in him building a church at the State House. That would be fine. But if you are to put up a church in the State House and there is blood in your hands, where everyone is complaining about violation of human rights, where we are talking about murder of our children, where people have tears, men are crying. You saw the father of Oluoch. The only son, one son he had, he's dead. And we cannot resurrect him. And all we need is to speak to our children. Yes, they may have their own issues, and they will have, because even us, we are not better. I think it is time we speak to our children and the Gen Zs who are out there and let them feel that Kenya belongs to them. Let them feel that they are wanted there. Let them be able to be given the opportunity to be able to exploit the great potential that are in these children. And if you saw during that time, His Excellency, the People's Deputy President, he was very, very a great pillar to what I was doing, being able to fight the substance, the illicit brew and substance abuse. They came up and registered roads from the county. And I think that is what was bringing success. But after that, the registration was changed. And you need to speak up. We have children who are out there now with bills that they cannot be able to afford. And I think as Gen Zs, as the mothers and everyone, you must start to know how are you going to raise the money. Because they imagine that if, for instance, those children are put there and they continue to be put on terrorism cases, what will happen is that they will not be able to, they will be detained there for a long time. They may not be able to raise the 10 million they are being asked, and so our children are going to have issues. So we must start rethinking and thinking how can we be able to help and to change Kenya. May God bless you.